Good evening, welcome to ITV News Central. It's been reported that a man from Stoke-on-Trent and his fiancée have drowned off the coast of Italy. The Foreign and Commonwealth Office have confirmed the death of a British man and they're providing consular assistance to his family. There'll be more on our website as soon as we have it. A newborn baby boy found dead in Lincolnshire died due to an obstruction of the airway, police have said. A murder investigation began yesterday and a 16-year-old girl was arrested in connection with the incident after officers were called to a street in Baston on Thursday to report a baby had died. A group of anti-HS2 protesters from South Staffordshire have staged a demonstration walking the route of the line carrying 73 balloons. The balloons represented the £73 billion figure quoted recently as an estimated cost for the line. The action group wants to raise enough money to fund an appeal at the Supreme Court against the line passing through their villages. The government says HS2 is vital for boosting growth and communication between major cities. A rare ceremony has taken place to rebury remains unearthed during the excavation of an ancient abbey. Members of the local community joined in the archaeological dig. The bones are thought to be up to 1,000 years old and were laid to rest after a service this morning. The entire congregation processed through the graveyard at Polesworth Abbey near Tamworth during a solemn ceremony. Inside the caskets, ancient remains of men and women thought to have been closely associated with the original abbey buildings many hundreds of years ago.
We are wondering whether they might be some of the nuns who inhabited Polesworth Abbey and founded it. We think the foundation is 827, so there could be burials of nuns from that time right onwards until maybe about 1100, when this part of the monastery was made redundant.
Volunteers spent 2,000 hours between them assisting in the archaeological dig, which has lasted 3 years. They not only found the skeletons, but other unusual artefacts, giving an insight into the past. There was also support from the Heritage Lottery Fund.
There's been professionals about, but over the 3 years we've been running the project, I think it's fair to say a lot of our volunteers are pretty well qualified as archaeologists now. It's been absolutely fantastic. We're really starting to build up a picture of life in medieval Polesworth Abbey, really, and hopefully with these burials that little bit earlier.
There's still much to discover about exactly who the people buried on the abbey site were. It's believed they were Christian, so it was decided they should be given a suitable reinterment following a communion service to mark the birth of the Virgin Mary. The new buildings here will see a return to the abbey's role as a place of education, something which could have been familiar to the people reburied here. The community dig means we now have a clearer vision of the abbey's role in the past to help shape its role in the future. Now, hundreds of people turned out for a family run today, organised by the Paralympic champion Richard Whitehead, who's running 40 marathons in as many days. He's back on soil in Nottingham, only for a short while though, because his 977-mile journey continues tomorrow. Rajiv Poppet reports.
The crowds always turn out to see Paralympic champion Richard Whitehead. 2, 1. Today, they were the ones at the starting line for a 5k family fun run at Nottingham's Victoria Embankment to celebrate his return to the city. Richard is running from John O'Groats to Land's End, 40 marathons in 40 days, to raise £1 million for two charities, Sarcoma UK and Scope.
We made a 100-mile detour to come to Nottingham, and this was the reason why. You can see obviously this is a brand new event. Hopefully we can do this every year and promote sport in this way.
I saw you on day one in John O'Groats. You don't look like a man who's running 26 miles every day. You look really relaxed.
Every morning is hard to get up in the morning, but you've got to believe to achieve, and this journey's been epic. It's lots of highs, lots of lows.
Richard was joined by Rebecca Adlington and Olympic gold medal canoeist Tim Bailey and Etienne Stott.
I ran with him on Wednesday. It was hard. I'm not a runner at all. Unfortunately, I couldn't run today, so it was just great that I'm able to be here. And it is nice for myself to be back in Nottingham. It's the best part of the run for Rich. He gets to be back on home turf, see his family and friends as well. So it's definitely a nice occasion for us both to be here.
Come on, 13.
And our very own Peter Bean was amongst the fun runners. People of all ages took part.
Richard Whitehead's a real inspiration, so I was desperate for everybody to get involved, but yeah, really good day.
Being able to provide a bit of support for his efforts and his fundraising efforts, I think is the least we can do.
It was good to have a really good atmosphere running with people, so yeah, it was just nice to support a local run.
Richard resumes his gruelling challenge tomorrow morning when he leaves from Market Square at 10 o'clock. Rajiv Poppert, ITV News, Nottingham.
Quite an achievement, and that's just Peter Bean. Let's have a look at the rest of our weekend sporting action now.
ITV Central Sports Report, sponsored by WeWantAnyCar.com, the Cash for Cars website.
Starting with rugby union in the Aviva Premiership, Leicester Tigers survived a second-half comeback from Worcester Warriors to win 32-15. 2 converted tries either side of half-time clinched the match for the Tigers. The first of those scored by David Nelle after Jordan Crane had broken through the defence. After the break, Leicester moved further ahead with Jordan Crane driving over the line. And to remember, you can see all the action from the weekend, including Northampton's win over Exeter yesterday, on ITV4 at 8 o'clock this evening and on ITV at midnight. In football, because of the international break, a chance to focus on the lower leagues this weekend. Daryl Murphy has our roundup of yesterday's action.
A first away win of the season for Port Vale at struggling Carlisle. Tom Pope sweeping home in the 93rd minute. Peterborough found themselves 2-0 down at Crewe after 21 minutes but managed to earn a point. Tyrone Barnett gave them hope after Mark Little's shot was saved. Michael Bostwick headed the equaliser in injury time. Cheltenham drew with Portsmouth in their first ever competitive meeting. Coming from behind on 2 occasions, Jermaine McGlashan getting both goals at the end of each half. Mansfield and Newport were both promoted from the conference last season and both ended the match with 10 men. Sam Clucas headed Mansfield level. A sloppy tackle from Matt Reid, who'd already been booked, meant the numbers were even for the last 10 minutes. Burton's unbeaten record so far this season came to an end with the visit of Oxford. Albion unable to recover after Ian Sharps was sent off for this clash with Dave Kitson. Tendai Darwiki helped Chesterfield to their best ever start to a season, getting the only goal against Accrington after Mark Richards had hit the post. And Northampton Town ended a run of 4 defeats in all competitions. Clive Platt outmuscling the Scunthorpe defence to equalise.
And there was one League One match early this afternoon as well. Coventry played Colchester. The Sky Blues won 2-0. Callum Wilson was scoring both the goals. The result means Coventry, who started the season on minus 10 points, have moved off the foot of the table. All right, let's have a look at the weather from around the Midlands now with Emma Jessen.
Hello, hope you're having a good day. It's all about cloud at the moment. I love the definition of the colours in this picture. We're also getting loads of fantastic sunsets in. So I have decreed it's going to be Sunset Sunday on Central, and they come in all colours, shapes and sizes and from all parts of the region. So thank you very much for those. And I think it's going to be quite a good one tonight as well. We've got quite a few shower clouds drifting around, and so it'll be a good sunset tonight. Make sure you got your box brownie at the ready. Lots of cloud, as I say, over the next few days, and always a little bit unsettled over the next 24 hours. I'll show you why. The low pressure always close by, and this frontal system here is going to be pushing through, introducing a bit more cloud and rain than we expected for tomorrow as well. So taking a closer look overnight tonight, well, first of all, I think it's going to be mostly clear and dry overnight. Any daytime showers will die away over the next few hours, but during the wee small hours of the night, there is, of course, always the outside chance of a shower just about anywhere in the region. A few mist and fog patches forming as well, but they will lift readily tomorrow morning. And temperatures not falling much lower than 8 or 9 Celsius through towns and cities, but then nearer 5 or 6 Celsius out in the countryside. A little bit chilly. First thing tomorrow, well, starting drier further east, but this cloud begins to push in already with some heavier bursts of rain from the west. That during the morning, and during the afternoon, heavy bursts of rain and showers everywhere. Some brighter spells in between. Bye-bye.
Thanks for your company here on ITV News Central. We'll be back during daybreak from 6 tomorrow morning, and our main programme as ever is at 6 tomorrow evening. Remember, meanwhile, log on to the website itv.com/central. National news is next for me. Bye-bye.